to the 187th installment of Tell Em Alejandro, your number one place for sports, cars, video games, fitness. If you're a man, you're here. Mr. Alejandro's about to tell him.
What you about to tell him, Alejandro?
I'm about to tell him about the Golden State Warriors defeating the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 2017 NBA Finals.
Tell him, Alejandro!
NBA drinkers, the Golden State Warriors have just defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Finals 4-1, and it looked pretty clear like the Golden State Warriors were the better team. First things first, let's start off with the losing team. We gotta talk about my man's LeBron James, the Intercontinental Hairline champion. He's officially 3-5 in the NBA Finals. A lot of finals losses like this one were not his fault. Some, specifically the 2011 NBA Finals, was his fault. So when I look back at this finals, he became the first player to ever average a triple-double in the NBA Finals. That's a spectacular feat. That's something that we slurped up Russell Westbrook for all season long. My man's the Energizer Bunny West Breezy for averaging a triple-double during the regular season. Well, LeBron just did it. First player ever in the NBA Finals. Very impressive. He did not have enough help this series. Some of his teammates came alive late in the series, especially Junior J.R. Smith. Amazing Game 5 from him. He had me screaming at the top of my lungs with some of the crazy shots he was hitting in that Game 5. But at the end of the day, it was not enough. Great performance by LeBron James, and the Intercontinental Hairline champion proved that he still is the best player in the league. Now, LeBron's going to need more help, and I do think LeBron James will get the help this summer. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers will acquire Paulie, from the Indiana Pacers. At the end of the day, Paulie has 1 year remaining on his contract, and the Pacers most likely will lose him due to free agency the following summer. So if I'm Paulie, I talk to LeBron and Kyrie, or really if I'm Kyrie and LeBron, I talk to Paulie and I'm like, yo, put the pressure on the Pacers. And then Paulie goes to the Pacers like, yo, trade me to the Cavaliers, because that's the only team I'm willing to sign a contract extension with. All the other NBA teams going to hear that and they're going to be like, whoa, we don't want to give up assets for Paulie. He don't want to sign a long-term contract extension with us. So at the end of the day, that's going to put the pressure on the Pacers to basically have to take whatever basura the Cavaliers offer in exchange for Paulie. And I think that's going to get done. Now, will the Cavs have a big 3 or a big 4? We don't know yet, because we don't know if the Cavs will have to give up Kevin Love or if they're going to finesse the Pacers and just dump off the Kardashian, Tristan Thompson, and a bunch of other goons. We'll see what's up. There's another player rumored to go to the Cavaliers, StarMelo, Carmelo Anthony. I don't think this is a good look. Here's why. StarMelo don't play no damn defense. No goon defense. And what the Cavaliers need is players who can play both offense and defense, similar to the Golden State Warriors. You need two-way players, son. Ultimately, go look back. I said it since day one. I would not have given up Andrew Wiggins for Kevin Love. The Cavaliers traded a beast for Kevin Love, and I don't think the Cavaliers would have a championship, the one that they won last year, if they did not acquire Kevin Love. However, long term, look at what y'all about to do. Y'all about to pursue a wing player who can play both offense and defense, and y'all had that in Andrew Wiggins. Should never gave up my mans from Canada. Another player rumored to potentially go to the Cavaliers is Blake Griffin. I don't think that's a good look, son. At the end of the day, Blake Griffin doesn't provide the floor spacing that the Cavaliers would need. When you playing with somebody like a LeBron James who could drive and kick with the best of them, you don't really need cats who can't shoot. You need cats who can shoot and play goon defense, especially at the position that LeBron plays, because he's 32 turning 33. You gotta give him more rest, baby. Keep in mind, Dwayne Wade has the opportunity to become a free agent. Now we gotta start showing some love to the Golden State Warriors, man. We gotta show some love to my man's Mark Jackson. The former coach for the Warriors does not have a title with the Warriors. However, I still feel like he trained them and prepared them for these moments, man. This year, the year prior, the year before that. So shout out to my man's NY Goon, Mark Jackson. Hand down, man down, yeah. Shout out! Congratulations to the current head coach of the Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr.
96 Bulls that had shooters like Kerr.
He got another title, man. 2 championships as a coach with this Warriors team, 2 in 3 years. 5 as a basketball player, man. Some with the Spurs, some with Jordan and the Bulls. So congratulations, man. He's got a bad back. Hopefully he can keep that back healthy and get to whining and shaking and dancing and celebrating. Good job. Shout out! Gotta show some love to my mans, El Payaso, JaVale McGee, my G. Now he got beef in these streets with my mans, a goon, Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq. However, at the end of the day, Shaq Number 1, as you like to call him, got a chip. So shout out to both of y'all.
Shout out!
I'm showing some love to my man David West. He's a bald goon for the Golden State Warriors. He's a menace. He's a savage. You don't want no issues with D West coming down an alley. He will clothesline you and one-hit KO quick. He's a monster and a great basketball player, specifically the old man midi, the mid-range jump shot, the lost art. I love it. And he don't even really jump with it. He just kind of just flow his arms, but it's wet. I like him from back in the day when he played with New Orleans and my man's CP3, who I do think will end up going to the San Antonio Spurs possibly, but that's another episode down the road. We gotta show some love to the package hunter, baby. Draymond Green, the next gen Dennis Rodman, man. This is a very versatile player, a playmaking small forward who can play big man, you understand? Guard all 5 positions, the emotional leader of the Golden State Warriors. I want to shout him out because A, I like him. One of the few people in the world who probably likes Draymond Green. A lot of cats don't like him. And B, I'm glad that he stayed composed specifically for Game 5, man. He did not get in trouble. A lot of cats blame him for the Warriors losing last year, for getting in trouble and getting suspended. I do think he cost them a title, but at the same token, them losing led to them acquiring a monster. So hey, maybe it was a good thing. So shout out to my mans, the package hunter. He will hunt your package down. Draymond Green.
Shout out!
We gotta show some love to Stephen Curry and the 80s porn star, Klay Thompson, the Splash Brothers, baby.
My gun Splash Brothers, I call them Curry and Klay.
So proud of Klay Thompson for growing that monster goatee a few seasons ago. Smart idea. And I'm glad because both these players are wet. I love Klay Thompson's goon defense. I like Curry. I like the swag. I've been following Curry since college, Davidson. So it's good to see him succeed in the NBA today, especially because when he initially came into the league, he was hindered by a lot of injuries. So now to see him healthy, he's out here hitting people with all that barbecue sauce. Come on, man. And Stephen Curry redeemed himself because for 2 straight NBA finals he played poorly, man. But this finals he showed up. Damn near put up a triple-double. Shout out to the Splash Brothers.
Shout out!
Shout out to my man's Andre Iguodala, the new version of AI. I love Iguodala, I love Iggy, and most likely you do too. You know why? Because we all like Allen Iverson, and that's where AI started his career, baby, back in the day in Philly. So shout out to Allen Iverson, and shout out to Andre Iguodala, man.
Shout out!
And shout out to one of my favorite goons in the NBA, Matt Barnes. Started this season playing with one of the worst teams in the league, the Sacramento Kings. Ended the season playing with the champions. That's a good look. I love his demeanor, and of course, he's got beef out here in these streets with Derek Fisher. So hey, Matt Barnes, keep a low profile. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Now, of course, you know who we gotta talk about. We gotta talk about El Maldito, ese pedacito de caca, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Kevin Durant. Boom! Mrs. Durant, Wanda, this is the part where you just look away. We don't rock with your son, Kevin Durant, on his program. In our eyes, he's a traitor. He jumped on the bandwagon. He jumped on a team that was going to be in this position, most likely, which is the NBA Finals anyway. And you know what upsets me about it the most? Honestly, I swear to you, I feel like KD was going to compete for a championship this season. Regardless, even if he did not join the Golden State Warriors, if he went back to OKC, I picked OKC to defeat the Warriors this season. When you look back, a lot of cats say, oh, KD wouldn't have won with OKC. False. 2016, they had a 3-1 lead against the Warriors, and it crumbled due to poor play from Durant and poor play from Wes Breezy. Also, a stagnant offense and just a culture where they didn't have enough talent. They were overly dependent, too top-heavy on those 2 guys offensively. Combined with the fact that 2015, what stopped them? Kevin Durant injury. 2014, what happened? What stopped them? Serge Ibaka injury. 2013, what happened? What stopped them? Wes Breezy injury. These guys was never healthy, son. 2012, what happened with the Thunder? They lost James Harden. They lost the Dusty Beard, son. So at the end of the day, they never really had that opportunity to go all the way. So that's why I'm so tight with KD, and I will never forgive him. There's 30 teams in the NBA. You chose to go to the one that defeated you. Awful idea. It's a soft and weak move mentally. 30 teams in the NBA. You could have gone to any team in the NBA. 28 other options. You understand? For example, Washington Wizards. He's from Maryland. You mean to tell me John Weezy, my Neezy, Bradley Beal and KD couldn't have defeated LeBron James? As we saw clearly, the Cleveland Cavaliers did not have enough firepower. That Wizards team would have been loaded, and it would have put the pressure on LeBron crazy. Definitely could have beaten them, and I really feel like a KD-led Wizards team would have smoked the Golden State Warriors. So no love on these parts by Kevin Durant. A lack of competitiveness. Mind you, this is somebody who tweeted back in the day how cats don't want to compete. They all joining forces. He ended up doing the same thing. Boo! Until he goes to another team and really earns that NBA championship, baby. Really shows us that he's the man. He ain't gonna get no love. Every barbershop you go to, we all gonna be saying the same thing. Boy, oh boy, that man definitely hopped on the bandwagon. It's a shame the media tricks these players into thinking that if they don't win a championship, they're nothing. That's false. This is like when Stone Cold Steve Austin joined forces with Vince McMahon, his enemy, his rival, just to defeat The Rock at WrestleMania for the championship. That's a bad look. I must say, however, we're definitely getting some revenge on KD for joining the Golden State Warriors, because those follicles are getting thinner and thinner, baby. That bowling top is starting to really come into place. That Manu Ginobili is really beginning to develop. I can't wait till he's got to just let it go. Mrs. Durant, shout out to her.
Shout out!
We gotta give a no shout out to the dirtiest player in the NBA, Zaza Pachulia. Boo, you suck. We don't rock with Zaza at all. He's filthy. He's injuring cats. He's hitting cats with low blows when referees ain't looking. Steel chairs. He's busting them wide open. Somebody needs to put a stop to this, man. It makes me sick to my stomach today to know that Zaza Pachulia is an NBA champion. Ugh! Shout out to Georgia.
Shout out!
There you have it, folks. Mr. Alejandro's recap of the Golden State Warriors defeating the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 2017 NBA Finals. Third straight year we had these two teams face off, and most likely we're going to have them face off again next year, because it looks like both teams are going to stay intact and we're going to have a real rivalry, baby. Kevin Durant will be a free agent. Stephen Curry will be a free agent. I expect them to rejoin the Warriors. We're going to see. And I expect the Cavs to retool. T.A. Drinkers, what do you think is going to happen this summer? What do you think about this series? Do you like it? I wasn't crazy about it. It wasn't really all that competitive. And what do you think about the Golden State Warriors? What do you think about KD? Blah, 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 blah. You know what you gotta do. Tell them in the comments.
Tell them.
Tonight's bow tie is straight fire. It's summertime, baby. It's nice out. I'm like the Golden State Warriors. We ain't going to the White House. Tune in for more sports, cars, video games, fitness, and all that. Follow at Em Alejandro to hear my immediate reaction to live sports events. Or if you want to hear me cover a certain team or topic. Tell them. You already know what it is, baby. Championship time. Special outro remix. So let's go. Break it down, break it down. JaVale McGee. Shaq's mad. Oh well, too bad. McGee. Shaq's mad. Oh well, too bad. KD hopped on the bandwagon. That's why he's a leg champion. KD hopped on the bandwagon. That's why he's a leg champion. NBA teams, good luck. Zaza Pachulia sucks. NBA teams, good luck. Zaza Pachulia sucks. Tell him, Alejandro. Tell him, Alejandro. Tell him, Alejandro. Tell him, Alejandro. Z-E-A. We don't play. Z-E-A. We don't play.